Morning punters and puntettes, and welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. Fancy that. It's a channel for the people. Like me, fans of horse racing, have a little Google on a Saturday morning, want to find a few tips. Where's the channels on YouTube giving the tips, peeps? Now there is one. How popular it will be, I don't know. But I want it to be interactive. Let me know what you want to know more of, what you like, what you don't like. Don't hate too much, but you know. But you know, I just want to share tips, and by all means, like, post what you think will win certain races and things as well. You know, like that's what it's all about. I just want to try and win some cash, basically, like the rest of yous. You know. Adjust the old camera. Rookie debut. Oops. Don't do that. Right, so I'm just going to jump straight in because I don't want this to be long-winded. I want you to be on the go, on the bus. Oh, what does fancy that fancy today? I want you to be able to listen to it. Under 10, bosh. Go put your bet on the way to work or to wherever you're going. So, without further ado, there's 7 races on ITV today. The action's at Haydock, Newmarket and Chester. 7 races, right? I'm sticking with ITV races purely because, you know, there's so many other ones to choose from, and I tend to just stick with ITV races anyway. So does my granddad. So, you know, why not? Oh, there's a moth. Just usher him out the window, as you do. Right, anyway, I'm going to crack on. So, 220 at Haydock, 6 furlong, Class 4 handicap. My fancy in that is Fantasy Keeper, currently a 5-2 favourite. One on soft ground at Nottingham 2.5 weeks ago, and Ryan Moore's aboard. That's a strong fancy for me, that is. I fancy him to go and win again. 255 at Haydock is a 6 furlong Class 3 handicap, so slightly higher in grade next time around. I like 2 in it. I like 2 feet each way at 10-1. Beautiful horse. Strong horse, should run well. I fancy it to maybe place, but my strong fancy for the win is Snapshots, which is a 4-1 favourite at the moment with Ladbrokes. Ran well at Ripon on Wednesday. It finished second, but had Eccleston trailing behind. And I think Totally Coil is in good form, and I just think Snapshots. I fancy Snapshots to go all the way and win this time around. In the 3:30 at Haydock, we have... Oh, going at Haydock is soft today, by the way. That's very important to note. But in the 3:30, we've got 1.25 miles, Group 3, obviously. So we've whacked up the class again. I like 2, and I think it's going to be between the top 2 in the betting for this. It'll be Batil, which is currently 3-1. And Ajman Princess, which is the 2-1 favourite. I think it'll be tight between those two. Obviously, fancy that has to pick one. So I'm going to go with Batil. French horse, high-class performer. Travelled, obviously, from France for this. So, you know, that says something. It's come a long way. Hasn't come all this way to lose, has it? Made a strong return over soft ground at the end of April, over 7 furlongs, and I just think with Richard Kingscote aboard, it's gonna follow that up. So 4:05, we've got a 7 furlong Group 3 race as well, and it was hard to pick a couple in this, but I think it'd be tight between Gelotta at 11-2 and Absolutely So. Now Gelotta ran well in defeat at Sandown latest, over a mile, but does act on soft, and Jamie Spencer's aboard. Absolutely So did a good second over course and distance last month, but I'm just a bit of a ground concern with Absolutely So. So for that reason, I'm sticking in Gelotta as my fancy. And then we're off to Newmarket. That's a YouTube no, I know, but it's my debut, and I haven't got time to edit it. I woke up late today, and I just need to get this out and get it live and see what the people think. So excuse my and my occasional glance at my my racing guide, which I wrote myself, by the way. I haven't even got a racing post yet. I'm still in bed, look. So anyway, right, Newmarket opened their July course. Good ground at Newmarket. Okay, the 2:30 7 furlongs Class 2 handicap. I've got a strong fancy in this. Juanito Chico, 3-1. Won a good race at Epsom last week over the distance and the class. It's up £7 for that race, but still a stone lighter than the top weight. And I think with Silvestre de Souza on board, I think Juanito Chico will win, personally. Don't quote me on any of these prices either, by the way. They're not necessarily current. Obviously did my research last night and a bit this morning, so prices obviously change all the way up to the the race is beginning. But anyway, moving on. 340 is a 1 3/4 Class 2 handicap. I fancy Richard Fahey's horses in this. I think he could even have a 1-2, and I'm personally going to do a reverse exacta pound. So it's a £2 bet on Angel Gabriel, currently 12-1, and Gabriel's King, 20-1. Now that would pay a handsome payout if they do finish first and second in any order. From a £2 bet, you could be looking at a few £100. So that's worth. That's what I'm going to do. I fancy that. I think both Fahey's horses are strong. Fahey's got a lot of runners today across the country, but he made a point of mentioning Angel Gabriel in his Racing Post interview, and for that reason I'm going to put Angel Gabriel forward as my fancy. It's on a good mark, consistently places over trip on good ground. And as I say, Gabriel's King ran well at Chester lately, even though despite being hampered, it's still placed. So I do fancy a 1-2 there. Right, Chester, also good ground. One race on ITV, the 10-3, 7 furlong Class 3 handicap. I'm going with Casimiro at 4-1. Won at Lingfield over 7 furlongs in April on its sole start. Up £8 for that. Kieran Schumacher does claim 3 though, which brings it, brings the weight rise down to 5. So for that reason, I think it will follow up with a second win in 2 starts. So they're my fancies. Now every week, what I'm going to do is a tasty treble, because I personally like the treble bet. I do a £5 each way treble every Saturday. And I'm going to pick 3 of the fancies I've listed to you, and I am going to put those 3 in my treble. So the tasty treble today is Fantasy Keeper in the 220 at Haydock, Snapshot in the 255 at Haydock, and Juanito Chico in the 230 at Newmarket. So by 3 o'clock, I'll either be cashing in or screwing the slip up and chucking it in the bin. But I do plan on keeping sort of a record of how well I do in these tips. So, I will make a note of where I place, if I win, and of course if I lose, and then we'll sort of keep a tally between ourselves on how well I'm doing on this channel. I also intend to go on location sometimes, so I've got a couple of race meetings lined up this year. Glorious Goodwood. Also, I'm going to Doncaster with the missus and her sister as well. Shout out. And yeah, I'm quite excited for it. So, on that note, be lucky people. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want. Don't if you don't. It's for the people anyway.